Hassan, I can see you. You are welcome. All right. Okay. All right. So we are starting immediately. We are starting right away. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. Okay. So we are going to look at the difference between like and as. So we are going to consider the meaning of like as a preposition and the meaning of as a conjunction. So we are going to look at the right way to use like and as in sentences. Okay? So I promise you that this lesson is going to be very much interesting. So stay tuned here so that you will not miss out. Okay? If you have your friends that would also want to learn about this topic, you can also share this video to them so that they can join us immediately. All right, let's get started. All right, so like is usually used before a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. So we usually use like before a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. For instance, you can say, he jumps like a frog. He jumps like a frog. A frog is a noun, and that's why we used like before it. He jumps like a frog. So we usually use like before a noun or a pronoun. Then we use as before a noun plus a verb. We use as before a noun plus a verb, or before a pronoun plus a verb. So that's where we use as. For instance, you can say, he jumps like a frog jumps. He jumps like a frog jumps. The keyword a frog here is now used together with a verb, jumps, and that's why we used as. He jumps as a frog jumps. jumps as a frog jumps. Okay? Let's look at other sentences. Let me know if you are getting what we are saying. All right. So the next sentence we are going to look at today is you speak like a native speaker. You speak like a native speaker. The key word here is speaker, a native speaker. Speaker is a noun. So we used like here because the key word is a noun. You speak like a native speaker. But if we want to use as in the same sentence, then you can say you speak as a native speaker speaks. You speak as a native speaker speaks. So here you have the keyword a native speaker, that is speaker, a noun, plus a verb which is speaks. You speak as a native speaker speaks. So we usually use as before a noun plus verb or a pronoun plus verb, while we use like before a noun or a pronoun. All right, let's go on to the next sentence example. Hello, I hope you can hear me. All right, the next sentence we are going to look at is she smiles like her mother. She smiles like her mother. The key word here is mother, which is a noun. And that's why we used like before it. She smiles like her mother. But if you want to use as in this same sentence, then you can say she smiles as her mother does. She smiles as her mother does. So you can see that we've added verb to this sentence. Her mother does. Does is a verb. Okay? She smiles as her mother does. All right. Let's take another example. Hello, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can still hear me. All right. The baby cries like a cat. The baby cries like a cat. The keyword here is cat, a cat, which is a noun. So, and that's why we used like before it. The baby cries like a cat. So you have to always remember that we use like before a noun or a pronoun. The baby cries like a cat. Hello, Hassan, are you still there? Hello. I hope you can hear me. All right. Let's take another example. Draw the... Okay. All right. Draw the shape as the example shows. Draw the shape as the example shows. Draw the shape as the example shows. Here we used as because we have a noun plus a verb. The keyword here is the example, which is a noun, plus shows, which is a verb. So, and that's why we used as. Draw the shape as the example shows. Draw the shape as the example shows. Okay? So instead of saying draw the draw the shape like the example shows, you can just say draw the shape as the example shows. That sounds better, all right? He behaved as his coach expected. He behaved as his coach expected. He behaved as his coach expected. So here, the keyword is coach, his coach, plus the verb expected. His coach, coach is a noun, and expected is a verb. So, and that's why we used as instead of like. He behaved as his coach expected. He behaved as his coach expected. So we used as instead of like because we have a noun plus a verb. So don't forget that you use like before a noun or before a pronoun, while we use as before a noun plus a verb or a pronoun plus a verb. He behaved as his coach expected. All right? So let's move on to the next example. He roars like a tiger. Roars like a tiger. He roars like a tiger. So here the key word is tiger, a tiger, which is a noun. And that's why we used like. He roars like a tiger. He roars like a tiger. So we use like before a noun or a pronoun. So we have a noun here, which is a tiger, and that's why we used like. He roars like a tiger. What if you want to use as in this same sentence? You can say, he roars as a tiger does. He roars like he roars as a tiger does. He roars as a tiger does. So in this situation now, the as is correct because we have a tiger, which is a noun, plus a verb, which is does. He roars as a tiger does. Okay? I hope you can differentiate between these two words. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. The next example. He fixed the bike as his father taught him. He fixed the bike as his father taught him. He fixed the bike as his father taught him. So here the keyword is his father, which is a noun. And then we have a verb, which is taught. And that's why we used as. He fixed the bike as his father taught him. He fixed the bike as his father taught him. Okay. going. The next sentence that we are going to look at is he dances like a professional. He dances like a professional. He dances like a professional. So the keyword here is professional, a professional, which is a noun. That's why we used like in the sentence instead of as. He dances like a professional. He dances like a professional. Okay? But if you want to use as, you can say he dances as a professional does. Okay? All right, let's have a look at other examples. I cleaned the room as you instructed. I cleaned the room as you instructed. I cleaned the room as you instructed. So here we used as because we have you, which is a pronoun, plus a verb, which is instructed. Okay? So that's why we used as. I cleaned the room as you instructed. I cleaned the room as you instructed. She runs like a wind. She runs like a wind. She runs like a wind. Here we used like because the keyword here is wind, which is a noun. She runs like a wind. You can still say she runs as the wind blows. She runs as the wind blows. So here we used as because we have a verb, no, we have a noun plus a verb coming after the as. She runs as the wind blows. So here we have the wind, which is a noun, plus blows, which is a verb. She runs as the wind blows. Okay. We also have another example. She sings like an angel. She sings like an angel. She sings like an angel. So here we use like because we've got a noun after the word like. So the keyword here is angel, which is a noun. She sings like an angel. She sings like an angel. Okay? You can also say he fights like a lion. He fights like a lion. The key word here is a lion, and it is a verb. It is a noun. So that's why we used like. He fights like a lion. So a lion is a noun, and that's why we used like before it. He fights like a lion. Okay? So don't forget that we use like before a noun or a pronoun, while we use as before a noun plus a verb, or a pronoun plus a verb. Okay? Let's go on. Take the medicine as prescribed by the doctor. Take the medicine as prescribed by the doctor. Here we use as because the key word here is the doctor, which is a noun. The doctor is a noun. And we have a verb, prescribed. Prescribed. So we have a noun plus a verb. And that's where we used as. Take the medicine as prescribed by the doctor. Take the medicine as prescribed by the doctor. Okay? All right. Hope you can still hear me. Hello. I hope you can still hear me. Let's take another example. She's wearing a dress like mine. She's wearing a dress like mine. Mine is a pronoun, and that's why we used like. She's wearing a dress like mine. Okay? So don't forget, you use like before a pronoun or a noun. Like before a pronoun or a noun. And you use as before a pronoun plus a verb, or a noun plus a verb. She's wearing a dress like mine. She's wearing a dress like mine. Okay? He arrived as we expected. which is a verb. So that's why we use as. He arrived as we expected. Okay? He arrived as we expected. So we used as here because the keyword is a pronoun and we also have a verb coming after it. He arrived as we expected. All right. Okay. Oh, someone is asking, when did you start teaching English? Oh, that's a long time, so many years ago. Though I started here on YouTube just last year. So, yeah, I hope I answered your question. I've been teaching English for over 7 years now. Okay? So, I hope I answered your question. Meanwhile, you are welcome. All right. Let's go on. The next sentence we are going to look at is they did as. Okay. Oh, somebody's complaining of. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can do something about my microphone. Uh, okay. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Let me know if it sounds better now. Let me know if it sounds better. Uh, Hello? Oh, it's still quite slow. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll try and fix it. Okay. All right. The next sentence, I'll try to speak louder so that you can hear me better. Okay? I think that will help for today. I'll try and fix my mic for next time. All right. They did as I had asked. All right, thank you. I've taken note of that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate your. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Right? Yeah. I hope I didn't mar the pronunciation, right? Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. All right, thank you so much. Okay, it's nice to have you here. All right. They did as I had asked. They did as I had asked. So here we use as because we have the keyword which is I. I here is a pronoun. Okay, it is a personal pronoun. So we have I, which is a pronoun, plus asked, which is a verb. So remember, we have already established that we use like before a noun or a pronoun, but we use as So here we have a pronoun plus a verb. So the right word here to use is as. Okay? Yeah. So as is the right word to use here. They did as I had asked. They did as I had asked. Okay? All right. So we are moving on. The next example we are going to look at is the children played as they always do. The children played. So here we have the keyword they, which is a pronoun. They. They is a pronoun plus the verb do. The children played as they always do. So we have a pronoun plus a verb, and that's why we used the word as. Always do. So here we have as because we have a pronoun plus a verb coming after the word as. Okay? All right. Okay. Let me know other examples in the comment section. How can you use the word like and as correctly in sentences? So if you've been following from the beginning, I believe you can write one or two sentences with like or as. If you are still here with me, can you write any sentence with as or like before we continue? Hello, are you still with me? Are you still here with me? Are you still here with me? Hello? Hello, hello? Are you still here with me? All right. Now, what if I say he did like I said? He did like I said. What is wrong with this sentence? He did like I said. Based on what we've discussed so far, how do you think we can say this sentence better? How do you think we can say it better? He did like I said. can say it better. Hello, are you still here with me? He did like I said. How do you think we can say it better? He did like I said. Are you still here with me? Hello? He did like I said. All right, instead of saying he did like I said, you can just say he did as I said. The reason is because we have I, which is a pronoun, okay, plus a verb, which is said. So the right word to use should be as and not like. She did as I said. She did as I said. That sounds better, right? Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. What if I say he eats like a bird? He eats like a bird. What do you think is, or do you think it's right? If you think it's right, let me know. He eats like a bird. Sorry, he eats as a bird. He eats as a bird. Do you think it's right? Do you think the sentence is correct? He eats as a bird. Or do you think we can say it in a better way? What do you think? Based on what you've been looking at today. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me. Hello, are you still there? Are you still there with me? Okay. All right. He eats as a bird. What do you think? Is the sentence correct? What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. He eats as a bird. What do you think? Is as the right word to use here? Or should we use like? What is the right word to use here? The right word to use. He eats as a bird. What is the right word? Is it as or like? What should we use there? What should we use? He eats as a bird. Is it correct? All right. Are you still here with me? What do you think is the right word to use? Is it as or like? Okay. So the right sentence should be he eats like a bird. He eats like a bird. So the reason is simple. The keyword here is a bird, which is a noun. Okay, and you remember I've said it here that we use like before a noun or a pronoun. Why we use as before a noun plus a verb or a pronoun have any question based on what we've discussed now, you can ask your questions. Your questions. Do you have any question? Hello? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me at all? Any question? You can ask your question. Any question? I'm waiting for your questions. Any question? I'm waiting for your questions. Any question for me? Meanwhile, thank you all for joining me this live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Ask your questions. I'm waiting. Okay. Okay, someone is saying that or he doesn't understand what I'm saying. Okay. We've been discussing the difference between like and as. That's what we've been doing. We've been discussing the difference between like and as, and we've been looking at the correct ways to use them in sentences. Okay, that's what we have been doing. All right, I think we've looked at more than 10 sentence examples. It should be up to 15 or more. So we've looked at different sentences. We've used these sentences to show how to use as and how to use like in sentences. Okay, that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been looking at. All right. So for instance, we said that we use like before a noun. We use like before a noun. For instance, I think the first sentence that we looked at, we said, he jumps like a frog. A frog is a noun. So we use like before a noun. That's why we used like. He jumps like a frog. Okay? So that's what we've been looking at. But if you want to use as in the same sentence, you can say, he jumps as a frog jumps. So we use as before a noun plus a verb, or before a pronoun plus a verb. Okay, so this is just the summary of all that we've been saying. He jumps So the keyword is a frog, which is a noun, plus jumps, which is a verb. Okay? He jumps as a frog jumps. All right. I hope it's making sense to you now. We've also looked at other examples. So you can go back and watch this video live stream, So I'm sure if you watch it from the beginning, you will understand it. So we use like before a noun or before a pronoun, while we use as before a noun plus a verb or a pronoun plus a verb. Okay? All right. Any other question? Let me know if this explanation is clear enough. Let me know. Or if there are other questions, let me know. All right. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, you are welcome to my channel. This is Chizoba's English class. So on this channel, I teach different aspects of English. Oh, yes, he's asking. English teacher, yes, I teach English. Yeah, so I teach different aspects of English. So that's what I do on this channel. So you are very much welcome. If you've not subscribed to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you will not miss any of our videos here. Okay? If you have any question, feel free to ask. All right. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. If you really learned something from today's lesson, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Yep. Thank you. Hello. Hello. I can see you. Hello. Do you have any question? Go on. Ask your question. Hello, I can see you. Yeah, ask your question. Go on, ask your question. Can you hear me? Ask your question. Go on. Ask your question. Ask your question. Go on and ask your question, okay? All right. If you have any question, please go on and ask. No sound. Oh my goodness. You can't hear me? My microphone is on. What's going on? Hello, can you hear me? Maybe it's from your end. My microphone is on. Yeah. It might be from your end. Oh my goodness. Check, it might be from your end. Hello, if you can hear me, can you just say hi? If anyone else can hear me, can you just say hi? If you can hear me, just say hi. Just say hi if you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me? Just say hi. Just say hi if you can hear me. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So you can hear me now. Thank you. All right. So, yeah. So I think I've responded to your question. I've explained the difference. Hello? Hello? All right. Sorry. I'm back now. So I've responded to your question. I'm happy you can hear me now. All right. Okay. So I've responded to your question. So we've looked at the difference between like and as, how we use them in sentences. That's what we've looked at in this live stream. And I've explained that we use like before a noun or a pronoun, while we use as before a noun plus a verb, or a pronoun plus a verb. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, my sound is so much better now. Oh, thank you, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. So, If you have other questions, you can ask me before we call it a day for today. Hopefully, we are going to meet again next week. Yep, on a live stream. Meanwhile, another video will be dropping on this channel tomorrow. So, stay tuned here so that you don't miss it. Yeah. Any other question? Do you have any example where both words are used in one sentence? I've used several sentences here to explain how you can use them. For instance, I said, like the very first example we used here, he jumps like a frog. He jumps like a frog. So, like, we use like here because we've got a noun coming after the word like. He jumps like a frog. A frog is a noun. And that's why we use like. So if you want to use as in the same sentence, it will now be he jumps as a frog jumps, or he jumps as a frog does. Okay? In this way, you can use as. He jumps as a frog does, or he jumps as a frog jumps. Okay? So we use as before a noun plus a verb, or a pronoun plus a verb. All right? I hope it makes sense. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Enya from Iraq. Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Happy to have you here. All right. Any other question before we call it a day? Any other question? Don't forget to share this video to your friends. Yeah, it might be very helpful to them. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye-bye. See you next time. See you next time. Bye. Sam Plus. Thank you for joining. Bye. Happy to have you here.